Hi y'all, this is my video reflection about Web 2.0. So after watching the videos about how the internet has driven change in the lecture from Professor Wish, um, I feel like the primary message was just kind of to emphasize how much technology and the internet has changed over time and how much of an influence it has on people. The lecture by Professor Wesh was all about YouTube and kind of the start of YouTube, and that video was made in 2008. So YouTube has come even, immensely further since 2008. I mean, that was 10, 11 years ago. So for it to be such a big deal in 2008 to have that lecture, um, it's, it obviously was, a huge deal, but it's even bigger than that. So the main focus on that lecture was to kind of just talk about um, what YouTube is about, why, like, what people are using it for, um, like, oh, what did he say? So, um, like, a lot of it turned into just like everyday people, just like this on their webcam talking about things. It's like talking in front of an audience without having to see your audience. It's really, for people that are shy, it's kind of a great thing, I suppose. But it's essentially just like this, people just posting videos about whatever. And there was a lot of remixes, like people, I think it was that song Crank That by Soulja Boy. That was something he talked about, how it became famous off of YouTube and then turned into a big deal. But it was just a series of edited things that got put together and it became this big thing. Um, so, I mean, as a future teacher, I feel like these messages are kind of just to warn us, like, technology and the internet, it can help us and it can hurt us. We have to be strategic about the way that we choose to use it, and we have to know that there are a lot of things out there for students to use as resources. Um, so I think technology overall is a great thing for teachers, and obviously it's great for college level teachers to be able to communicate with their students as we're doing right now. Um, I'm not exactly sure, like I'm in K through 5 education or K through 6 education. I'm not exactly sure if it's something that I would use as much as maybe at the like high school level or college level. But I guess it just kind of depends on where you're going with whatever you're teaching. Like, I would like to maybe further my education when I'm finished with this into the STEM or the STEAM side of things and look more into that technology, and that is something that interests me. So I think eventually it would definitely be something that I would use a lot of. So the podcast that I listened to, it's called Masterminds Education or Educator Groups Building Safe Spaces for Innovation. It's a 10-minute teacher podcast. It was basically just talking about a group of people and places in your campus, your school campus, or wherever, that you can get together to discuss ways to make the learning environment and the things around better for the students. It's to encourage the students to learn. It's just a group of people that come together to discuss ways that they can make it better, just everything about learning better for students. Um, I work at a middle school right now, and they actually have a team that does that. I think they meet like every other week or once a month or something. I'm not exactly sure, but they discuss things that they can implement to make things better. So like we have these things called late starts. So I think it's once a month. On a Wednesday, we have a 2-hour late start. So we don't start school until 10 a.m. So from 8 to 10, the teachers actually have like an in-service and stuff. But this year they started this thing on late starts where we don't even do like normal classroom schedule. We have your basically your homeroom teachers, I guess. We call them seminar teachers. That teacher will have that group of students for the whole day, and there will be different projects that we're doing. So we did a lot about social and emotional development this year, and there were a lot of different activities in each late start that we had. There was different activities that went along with the social and emotional development. I think that is something that's going to help a lot in the middle school level. And I think that was a great thing for this team to come up with. And I think these teams that this podcast is talking about is very important. She talked about how you don't want to have too many people on the team because then it gets kind of overwhelming. Maybe like 10-ish people. And it's just a way for us to share ideas and make the school system better. Should social networking applications like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram be allowed in P through 12 educational environment? So, how do I feel about social networking? I think as a future K through 6 educator, I don't think those social networking things are, a big thing. I think they tend to start getting people into trouble. I don't know. Like, our school has a school Facebook, a school Twitter. I'm not sure about an Instagram or a YouTube. And these are ways for the school to share things about what's going on in school. The teachers can post, from their personal accounts and tag the school in it, and they share pictures of what they're doing in their classroom. Things like that, I think is great. I think to share with the community around you, and the parents are able to see what you're doing in your classrooms is great. But as far as having the students using it, I don't know. Maybe at an older level, it might be something that would be okay or allowable, but like YouTube might be something, creating videos and things, but I don't think at the K through 6 level it's something that the students would be using, but of course I think the educators in the school system, it's a great thing if you use it correctly. Let's see, technologies like podcasting, blogging, wikis can be used, ways that they can be used in the classroom. The blogging, I've done a lot of blogging for my college classes. I don't know that as a K through 6 educator we would do much blogging or podcasting or anything like that. But blogging in online courses is great because it's a way for you to share photos and share your thoughts and ideas about things to a group of people, and they can read about it and post about it and comment on it, and I think that's great. Wikis I'm not a huge fan of, like Wikipedia. It's a site that people can edit. I know that you can decide who is allowed to edit it, if it's open to the public or not, but like Wikipedia is never a good source of information because people can edit it all the time. I remember when I was in high school, some of my friends, they would be like, look, this says something about so-and-so, like one of our teachers, and it was like they could just go in and edit some random definition and make it bogus. And so I don't really agree with all of that kind of stuff. So which cloud-based bookmarking tool did you utilize and what were your thoughts after using it? So I actually use this on my work computer. I use the Google um, bookmarking tool, and I think it's great because I bookmark so many things on my school computer, and then it's like, oh, I wish I could access that at home. Well, I can. If I log into my account, my bookmarks show up and I can access it. So if I find something, let's see, an interesting article, or whatever, like, I can bookmark it and I can access it on any computer if I just log into my account. I really like that. I think it's great. I don't know much about the other bookmarking tools. I looked at them a little bit, but the Google one is one that I already used and that I'm familiar with, so I really like it. Okay, thank you.